semis and final. We used to be ref. I think there's less refs around here now. A bit more casual. Sorry?
Oh, she qualified. Yeah. No, that's good.
No, it's Chris's. Yeah, Chris. Yeah, I'm just looking after his wife's here as well, so they're both playing. So they're both playing. Obviously, if they're both playing at the same time, then it's one of those.
All over it.
Just thought I'd try and keep her occupied, but she's really sweet.
We all have them.
Yeah.
I have them often, not. Well, I said that, there's still activity in there, just looking behind them. Well, there's no numbers on there, but they normally call your name and then allocate you a table. So you might want to go through just in case they call your name. But I think there was still a little women's game going on 10 minutes ago. This is when it started. Good effort.
All right, yeah, you're all right.
Good evening and welcome back to continued live coverage from the Grand Hotel in Blackpool. Up next, the semi-final, Shaun Chipperfield against Shaun Storry. Commentary from this one from me, Mark Shepherd, and joining me, Chris Patient. Good to have you in the box, Chris.
Cheers, Mark. Thanks very much. Pleasure to be here once again. My second match of the tournament, and I'm very much looking forward to this one. I've lucked out. Another Region 4 battle between Shaun Chipperfield and Shaun Storry, and I know both of these quite well. Both from my kind of neck of the woods. Obviously, I play Shaun quite a bit, Storry. Two contrasting styles, should you say, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, Chipperfield, 2017 world champion, and he just took it apart that year. It was so fast. 2016, I'm corrected. I was hesitating as I was saying it.
I thought you said he was 27 times world champion at one point. But, you know, like, they're just contrasting styles. One is going to go all guns blazing, and the other one is going to sit back and make sure he plays the right shots at the right time, at the right speed. And Shaun Storry won't be rushed, and he won't be phased by Chippy's attacking style. He'll just plod around this table, do what he needs to do, and I think it'll make for an interesting watch.
Yeah, quite a close match, you'd think. Not probably that much to choose between them on paper. Different styles, as you say.
Not at all. Like, obviously, Shaun Storry hasn't really played the county scene and the international scene like Chippy has, and the World Championships. So he hasn't really had the chances to win those events like Chippy has. But Shaun has won. Like, what did he win? The Baltic Amateur, and he runs deep on most tours. I'll be honest, I didn't rate him a couple of years ago when I first started seeing him come about. I thought I didn't like the way he played, but you know what? He's now put the effort in, and he has come a long, long way in his game, and mentally as well.
Yeah, I mean, as you say, like, he was somebody that you sort of saw as a solid player, but he wasn't at the business end until pretty recently. But now he's got the taste for it. He seems to be constantly at the business end.
Yeah, and he's not scared of anyone, and that'll get you a long way in this game. You know, he's just beat Tom Cousins 6 each. And I tell you now, he pulled out a wonderful finish to win that match, and he didn't look one bit phased. So Chippy, you know, just doing what Chippy does here, right? Just going around the table, plopping balls in. Obviously, the one near the black is going to be the most problematic, unless you just see that he's out of position, like, to an extent. He's going to be pushing this yellow that above the yellow he's going to pot, potentially towards the other yellow, yeah, and push one safe. See that this is where Chippy makes problems for himself. He won't stop and take a second to work out what is going on. He'd rather just get down and hope for the best to a certain degree.
Yeah, that was one of those positions where ideally you didn't want to move any of the balls. You just work your way around them and try and leave them where they were.
Yeah,
it's not a welcome cannon he's got.
No, you know, he could have played it a lot softer, I think, personally, but you know, it was always going to be problems, I feel. If he's landed on this double, he'll be happy. I don't think he has.
I think he's just overdone that, hasn't he?
Yeah. Test of speed, I think, on this next one. If he's going to screw back to try and play for the double, he might be on it. It must be tight, this. Very tight.
Is he going to have to play this as a cross double? Can he get the white out of the way?
Cross treble, maybe. I don't know. It looks awfully tight, that. My angles or my eyes may not be as good as they used to be. But if he's got to take the one long, I think he's slightly off angle as well. So
yeah, I don't think that's going to. He's not going to get a position, is he? If he does that,
it's a real speed tester as well. If you take the long one first, double kissed. It was on its way as well. It just wasn't on. So Shaun's second bite of the cherry.
Yeah, and this is a better position. It's always the way. If your opponent clears up 5 of the balls, it just opens the table up for you.
Yeah, to an extent. I don't think much has changed really. You need to get these. So just leave yourself probably a nice angle on the one over the side. Oh, well, I don't know what he's done there. He certainly didn't play for this one over the corner, I can tell you that for nothing.
Yeah,
Sat nav reroute.
Yeah, I mean, the one above the middle pocket, although it's an easy shot, he's now going to have to go back for it. It's not that easy to get position after playing it. He'd have rather take it out.
This does make the pattern a little bit more difficult. Not majorly, but there's an argument for, depending on how this plant comes out, of taking it into the top, or even just playing it into, dropping this one in the side and playing it straight into the top corner.
Yeah, I think it might be tempted by that.
Less movement of the white. You can't be. You'll be the right side of the plant as well. I think if you just stun this in, stun the one in the top, it can't really go wrong. Oh, hello. What have we seen here?
Well, I mean, it was an easy opportunity for a snooker, but that feels a bit negative, doesn't it, with that plant there?
Well, you say negative, I say making sure. No, that's not something I would ever do. Don't get me wrong. I'd have been going all out for the finish, but this is how you win tournaments. He's took all the risk out of the game. Fair play. I haven't got that in me. Have you?
It depends on the position. I mean, I suppose here, I think if your opponent's only got one ball, you risk them fluking out. I think given he's got two that aren't accessible from here, it probably is the safe option.
Whoa. What's he having a look at here? Table technician to stream table, please.
What is he trying to say? Or is he
He's
just
trying to massate it right round, and I don't think it. I know it's grippy, but
this cloth is too fast for that. You're not going to.
I actually think it will grip, but I think he'll go somewhere close to the black first. Yeah, this is probably the better option. That's a great effort. It's a good hit, but sadly, you was never really going to get the yellow moving enough. You had to hit it perfect to pot it, otherwise you're just putting yourself in a world of pain.
Yeah, anything other than potting it wasn't going to be good enough. And it's paid off for Shaun. He's now in prime position on the most difficult one, and all the others hanging.
Yeah. Still needs to go up the top again, but that shouldn't be a problem. He will be leaving it to last though. So he'll end up wanting to be kind of by the brown spot. Drop this one in, land kind of lowish on the red over the bottom corner, and come like 2 rails across, I would say, something like that. There you go. I like this, and you can just come 2 rails across, and then you've got natural angles floating back towards the 8 ball. It's like a little Z shot.
Yeah, I think a lot of players would just play it off one, but I know what you're saying. It kind of gives more margin for error if you play off the second or maybe even the third cushion.
Always, the more rails you can use coming in towards your potting angle, the less likely you are going to pull out the shot or fall out of line. He's played it perfect. And now all he has to do is just stun this in, roll it through, whichever he chooses. This is personal preference. And that's him on the board, you would like to think. Mr. Storry does not twitch these. I tested my commentator's curse there. I was just testing it out. On the American 9-ball tour that I do, I could have called that in and he would have twitched it up. But on here, it doesn't work, like it seems.
Got to practice it.
You've got to practice it. Yeah, I see you did one earlier.
Yeah, it's surprisingly easy to do. You always feel bad when you do.
So some scores from around the room. Declan Brennan 5-4 up against Jake Dillon Newlove. Gareth Hibbert 4-all with Jez Graham. Shaun Chipperfield and obviously Shaun Storry. 1-0 to Shaun Storry. That's some tight margins. Nice break there. Lost the white down the back of the stack, as we say, and which is nice because there's always one looming. Quite like the yellows here. Well, obviously it's the easiest opener, but that yellow between the black and the red, I think, just slides in the side. Just about connecting the dots.
Yeah, it's that one between the red and the black. It's going to be the difficult one, but I think you're right.
I think he's on it now. Yeah. Drop this one in. The one by the red again. Come back towards the 8 maybe, or you could leave it till last. It's whatever you prefer. Could run the one into the middle. I'd like to get this one by the red out of the way, I think, but it's each to one's own.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I think it's preferable. I think he's going to take it now.
Yeah, now he's going to screw up to the one by the brown spot. I would have thought, just like pinch draw it around the red.
This is the kind of position he eats up. These are
And
going all the time.
that one by the brown spot, you know, he just had a quick look. That might go between the two reds in the top right corner.
Yeah, it's not absolutely prime on this.
He had a quick look as he walked round. It wouldn't surprise me if this goes, you know. Yeah, and there you go. It does go. Pretty hard to tell from any angle, but that was a nice little touch.
So in no time at all.
Yeah, as he does. Someone just miscued, I heard.
Yeah, it was the same time he was playing it, but it turned out it wasn't him.
No, he just floats him in, doesn't he, Shaun? He doesn't hang about. Everyone must love him on his postman round. They know they're all getting their post before 9 a.m. Do you know what I mean?
Always delivers early.
If anyone doesn't know, Shaun's a postman, Chippy. And I bet he whops around that round.
A really entertaining style. The first time I ever played was on GB9, and I've never seen anyone play that fast.
It's ludicrous, isn't it?
Flew around the table, balls disappearing.
That's the thing as well, they do just disappear, the balls, right?
Yeah. Somehow always seems to be, doesn't spend that much time on the position, but it seems to have a shot at things, and never mind's a long shot.
Some people just see the game really quickly. He's one of them that just naturally knows where he wants to be. And because he's such a great potter, that's a terrible break, that's the first one I've seen hit that bad. Because he's such a great potter, he's not overly worried about being straight in. He'd rather have a natural angle to lead to a natural angle to lead to a natural angle, which makes, as you say, great for great viewing.
Yeah, it just makes life easier. If you're not confident, you start chasing really perfect position all the time, and it just takes it out of you after a while.
Yeah, it's hard work, right? Just like watching me play. Hard work. How did you get on this weekend, Mark?
Not great. Bit rusty after the first competition I've played since 2019. Lost 4-3 to Steve Prince this morning. Played a bit better today, but.
What about in the the main event? Any good?
No, got well beaten last night, deservedly so.
Okay. So room for improvement, shall we say?
Room for improvement.
That's okay.
Actually, this morning was an improvement. It did feel like I was playing the game, at least this morning. Did dish a couple up, whereas last night I just felt like I was hacking the ball around a bit.
It happens to the best of us, right?
But I think just nice to be playing. I think a lot of people have been thinking this. You almost don't mind how it's gone. It's just nice to be back at a tournament after so long.
Yeah, to an extent, right? I think that's a good attitude to have. I wish I could have that outlook more often. But sometimes I do just detest how I play and think, why do I bother?
So you were playing your practice partner Neil Toms, I saw last night.
Oh, not really. You know, we've practiced a couple of times. I wouldn't call him my practice partner. He's and I wouldn't say we played either. I did what you did, hacked balls around for 20 minutes while he just mopped them up. I was atrocious at best. So Chippy's just working his way around. Like, again, I can't really tell whether this yellow goes between the red and the black, but he may be able to just drop this in with check side and play the yellow in the side anyway, which is what I think he's done. But again, Chippy's patterns are so mental. Like, he's got positional shots to play here.
Yeah, I mean, this is the kind of shot a lot of players don't want to leave themselves this shot, but he just doesn't bother him in the slightest.
I actually don't mind that shot because now he can swing around the black like 2 rails. Got to be careful he doesn't hit it, but he shouldn't do. And he's come between them. That's probably a better shot. It was a bit risky going behind the black. And like that, it's 2-1 to Shaun Chipperfield with Shaun to break. Get away from you so quickly, matches like this.
Yeah, especially playing Chipperfield.
Yeah, and here we go. Nice little sponsor. Spencer Jones's club in Yarmouth. Spots and Stripes. Another one down my neck of the woods. Nice club that.
Oh, no, actually, I play there a bit. I've never seen you down there. It's a
We
nice club, isn't it?
had the and the Court Club. I've got a table in there myself. Spots and Stripes did the England versus USA Moscone warm-up event there. That's a terrible break, that.
They did. I was playing in the club the night before that, and midway through us playing the match, they said, "Would we mind vacating it because they needed to take the table out?" they literally cleared the entire room. Like,
Yeah.
There's a pool club with no tables in that. No?
No, yeah, we just stuck a rat on in it. Yeah, no, I managed the England team for that event.
How did they do?
Not very well.
Taking credit for that one.
I should have stayed there the night before because they all decided to go out on the lemon sherbets, and we're all looking a bit ropey the next day.
Yeah, I think that's a key part of the manager's job. Keep them off the sauce the night before.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? He's lost the white ball a bit there. Just needs to get back low on that one, so he can just push that black, and that black will just go forward and develop the yellows lovely. So I like to play this yellow on the bottom rail and just float the white straight up and use that yellow as a stopper directly above it, and then you should have the perfect angle on the yellow to open the black and the other yellows. That's how I see it anyway. What do you reckon, Mark?
Yeah, I think if the bottom one goes, I mean, he's got
that's
the angle to cannon it if he needed to.
Oh, he's decided that he's going to open them from here, which is his prerogative. This is the thing about non-rotation games. You can literally, you could have 5 different good players sat here, and they would all pick a different route. Like when balls are like this, obviously, dot to dot balls, they'd pretty much all take them the same. But
well, yeah, I mean, even within that, as you say, Chippy plays a slightly different way, leaves himself more long shots. Someone like Phil Harrison's always playing plumb position, keeps close to his work.
yeah, I think even Phil's game's changed a bit over the last few years from playing more attacking rules, where if you're playing a certain pot where you don't mind if you miss it because you cover a bag, he will play them more attackingly now than what he did 10 years ago. So I think his patterns do change a little bit as the rule sets have changed.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it used to be World Rules was the most attacking rule set, whereas now it's criticised for being one of the more defensive ones.
Exactly. Times are changing, right? And people's attention spans aren't what they used to be, so they want to see bang, bang, bang. They don't want to see tippy tappy, DFs and whatever else. In the grand scheme of things.
We've actually, it has to be said on the stream table, not really seen that much tactical stuff this weekend.
Of course,
there's been 1 or 2, but most people have gone for it.
No, I think that's par for the course. Everyone's getting quicker, more aggressive, and I think that's what most people like to play. So no one really wants to get bogged down with anything, do they? So he just wants to make sure he hits the black kind of like just a bit towards the top of it. Doesn't want to hit the bottom of it really, unless he wants to. Oh. I think he wants to push it towards the corner, but you can actually follow through and play it in the side, I think, as well. Perfect.
Yeah, it's important. He just didn't end up stuck to it, but he's navigated that well.
He plays them really delicately, those nice little touch shots.
So, good standard so far.
Yeah, expected nothing less, Mark. Expected nothing less. Declan Brennan just pulled a gap between Jake Dinn and Olaf. Jez Graham, you know what? He was massive price, Jez, to win this tournament. And he's such a class player.
Such a class field, though, isn't it? If you look down the list, there were so many players you could imagine winning it.
Of course, but I'm talking, he was huge numbers. But Declan Brennan, he's obviously going to probably be the clear favourite from here, right? Yeah. Even though Chippy beat Tom, Shaun Storry beat Tom, sorry, I would still say Declan's probably obviously the favourite.
Yeah, I mean,
with the bookies.
Gaz Hibbert as well, I guess you have something to say about that.
Yeah, of course, but I'm going by the bookies numbers. Gareth didn't really get a mention, really, I don't think. Not in the likes of Phil, Tom, Declan.
Declan
As
played
such.
pretty well. We were watching him on the stream.
Oh, he's been kicked off. That's unlucky. That is unlucky. And look at these. Who wants the over and under on 40 seconds for the finish?
Yeah, yes, we should
Do you know what I mean?
do times rather than frame score.
This will be gone very quickly. I couldn't even order a Chinese in the time it's going to take him to clear these from once he's played the first shot, I don't think.
You must have a regular order, surely. Just
Well, of course.
My usual,
What are
surely.
you trying to say? I'm tubby?
No, not at all.
Thank you, Mark. That's what I thought you said. What's going on? He's slowed right up. They'd do anything to prove me wrong, these players.
Yeah. He's bet the over on the 40.
What a guy.
An immediately difficult position, I think.
Well, it's a bit congested, I would say. Like, you could easily cover yourself with yellows, if that makes sense. I thought he'd like to get that one over the corner out of the way, to be honest. But I think he wanted to go forward, so he had the yellow in the opposite corner there. Come back to it. There you go. Once he gets going, that's it. Just needed a bit of WD-40 and he was good to go.
Just
It's
playing
seized up.
Coming back to Declan Brennan, we saw him on the stream against Neil Raybone a little bit earlier. He got off to a big start there, was 5-1 up, but then Raybone got back into it, and it was actually a few nervous moments at the end. It wasn't absolutely assured, but he held himself together.
Class act, Neil. Very classy.
Yeah, and in fact, really classy, because he was 5-1 down, and I think a lot of players would have let it get to them a bit, but he really dug in deep.
No, you'd have to peel Neil off the table. Even when he lost, he still wants to try and win.
Yeah.
He's one of them.
It's a good attitude to have. You don't want to be giving it away when you're a couple of frames away still.
No, that's it. You get to 7, he's saying, no, I'm sure it's to 8.
Yeah. Well, yeah, this tournament's quite simple. It is till 7 until the final, but I think it is at least. That's what it used to be. But there's some tournaments where it does change as you go through it. You can confuse yourself.
Is it to 7 all the way through, is it?
Well, I was just correcting myself.
I'm looking at this and it says best of 15, right?
Yeah, I think the semis and the final, first to 8, I think it must be.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been best of 7 up until the first to 7 up until the quarters. Yeah. Well, the way these two are playing, that's not going to take very long to get to the Magic 8.
Wonderful.
You got an over-under on the match itself?
No, I just don't like watching bogged down games, you know, and this is perfect for me. Nice attacking, free-flowing English 8-ball pool. This is what I want to see. I've been blessed to watch it, you know, from the sidelines all weekend. Didn't play any. You know, I didn't play any free-flowing, good, entertaining pool. None at all.
Other people play.
But I watched other people do it, so I know it's possible. Maybe I just need to put some more practice in. So I think yellow's maybe, well, yeah, I think yellow's probably the order of the day here. I think both of these yellows going, oh, he fancies red. This red must go then.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it does, but
no.
The way he's played it.
I thought the yellow went and the red didn't, but I must be wrong. It happens.
No, not very often, occasionally.
Well, too often for my liking.
Yeah, flew in, is it?
Talking to people that don't get it wrong, Big Nick just walked back in. He knows how to call the game.
He's done a sterling job this weekend. It's been a long day. Started at 9 o'clock this morning.
I know. I can't wait for him to be on later doing the final. That'd be just about my bedtime. I can lay in bed listening to his dulcet tones, right chilled. Some voice he's got in him, eh?
Well,
I can't believe Nat Geo haven't tapped him up. I really can't. Right. He's got this problem with the one near the red, which is all run by the yellow, which is always going to be a problem. But he's going up and down. I actually can't see it. He's so mad, Chippy. I can't even call these shots. Through the gap of the yellows, yeah. He's the wrong side of this red, though, I feel.
Yeah,
Unless he wants to be where he is now, I think, so he can just stun across behind the black.
I think that's probably okay. He's just about straight enough on this.
We'll find out. He might be tempted to come right down the table, you know, by the look of the ankle he's got. Come back down. Oh wow, you see, completely the wrong side. Completely.
Yeah, could have done with that.
Not straight at all, Mark.
No.
Not straight at all, Mark.
Not straight enough.
not.
Well, he's not. He's definitely not straight enough on this one, is he?
No, he's in what they call no man's land.
He's going to be going the long way around.
He might have to play the treble here. Oh no, managed to just about hold the double. No, he didn't. Too much angle again. Should have played the treble.
Should have played the treble.
Should have played the treble.
Not listening to you.
No, nobody ever does.
Well, we've given you a microphone and put you near the table. Look,
Someone's
ample chance for the players to hear what you're saying.
For sure, especially with my voice carrying. Some say I'm loud. Don't know what they're talking about. Nick's come back with cotton buds in his ears. I don't know what that's about.
Nick's left again already.
He's bored of listening to me. So these are dot to dot now. I kind of like I like force following this through, getting one of them top ones out of the way. Leaving that 8, that yellow by the 8. Just boom. Stun this back. There you go. And now it's just a series of roll-ins. I fancy us to get these, Mark.
Yeah, nothing to be done here, although I'm sure we could have found a way. Get in tight behind the black somehow.
Talk for yourself, pal. I think I would have got these.
We got these this morning. I don't think I would have done yesterday.
Oh, my man. That bad, was it?
In places.
So what's this, a 3 apiece? 3 apiece.
So you're looking forward to the start of the GB9 season. Another month to go.
End of July. Yeah, you know, that is going to be a struggle for me. I haven't done any American pool for a while, so I do not expect to be calling that very good. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the people. I love that tour. You know, it's a real family event. That, you know, my home venue, Legend Sports and Pool Bar. Anyone in Braintree next month fancies a cash game? We do have the cash day on the 24th of July. Cheap plug while I'm here. No, the GB9 is a fantastic tour, you know, and it seriously is, like, you ask any of the top boys, it is the best national tour anywhere in the world. The facilities are second to none, and the way it's run is also second to none. The commentator is lacking a bit, but other than that, it's good to go.
I don't know. I've heard some good things about you.
You know, every now and then someone tells a white lie.
No, it's a great tour. I definitely agree about the family feeling. It feels like there's a group of people. I mean, I've been on it from the start, although not doing a lot on the playing side, but there's a group of people that have been on it for all those years that just enjoy catching up.
Yeah, for sure. You know, it's one of them where, like, some events you go to, you find groups of 6 people, like, at the bar, all in their little groups. You could find 104 of the players in one group having a drink at GB9. Everyone literally just gets together and enjoys the weekend, which is what I love about it. So this is a tricky little finish, to be honest. You know, I do like the idea of taking reds here. I just don't like the idea of the first shot. I don't know if you can hit this clean enough into the side to roll down. I'd be almost tempted to play it long into the corner with a big pocket and screw off the yellow for position. Because I've just got a feeling this is going to pop out if you hit this too hard. So you tried playing my shot, just didn't. Yeah, I don't think he really committed enough to it, to be honest. I think he was a bit scared of it.
Yeah, I don't know if he could see. Maybe the yellow was a bit close. Maybe he thought he couldn't quite see enough. I'm trying to pinch it, maybe.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it was easy, but it did just look like he was a bit lost at what to do with it. Because I think he really screwed that in. Because you would never really get in decent position otherwise. So Chippy's on yellows here. Well, was on yellows. Well, he's still on yellows, but he's not playing them anymore.
I don't think he was trying to cover that pocket, was he?
No, I've never seen Chippy try and cover any pocket.
No. Well, maybe that's that's his technique. He just goes for the pot.
Yeah.
Well, it's actually turned out pretty well, all things considered.
Yeah. Reds are in a world of hurt here, really. That red up there, you've got no balls near it to try and get it out. Being the way Chippy is, I'm tempted to be double cheeky here. Just get the red out and say, go on, have a go at them.
Yeah, you know, I'll have a go.
Do you know what I mean? Just have a go. If you get them, you get them. But that is.
Although a lot of people have tried that over the years, and he gets them more often than you think.
Yeah, I know that is the only problem. But I'd love to just. Then I'm in his head. Then I am in his head. I've got him.
Yeah, I think it's still an open table.
Wow.
Actually.
Where are we? Where's the commentators at? Come on, Mark, keep up.
I thought it was. I thought that's where we were, but I derived confidence from you being so confident. Yeah, I think it was because
don't jump on my back, pal.
Shaun had potted a yellow and then went reds, didn't he? And then missed the red down the line. I think we were confused because Chippy went yellows when it looked like he might have taken the reds. I think that's why we both thought he must be on them.
I like you. You're making excuses for me. I appreciate that, Mark.
Put an alibi together for us.
My man, because really, I just didn't have a clue what was going on. Okay. He's a bit out of position here, I think. Not massively, but you might have to play this yellow off the yellow to try and hold any sort of position. You can hit this quite bad, you know, as well, and still get it off the red as well. Yeah, see, there's a lot of good things that can happen here. You don't have to actually hit this as clean as you'd like.
No, he's looking at playing it off the red.
No, he definitely wants to play the inside yellow first, surely. No, he doesn't. Wow. I'm not a fan of this choice. Does this yellow go on its own then?
Well,
does that go through the gap of the two yellows?
I think the one goes bottom left. I don't know how the other one goes to the middle.
So he's got an actual. He can get into it, but he'd want to hit the red rather than the yellow. If you could hit the bottom of the red, that's perfect.
I think he's going to have to play the one bottom left off the red.
Yeah, and then you'd want to hit the red, not the yellow, because you can snooker yourself quite easy. There you go, hit that red, perfect.
Only just, but
yeah, that's enough, isn't it? That's enough. Just drop this in, and probably one in the corner. Spin the white out, 3 rails, black in the side. Lovely, thanks for coming.
Yeah, that 3-rail shot on an 8-ball table was.
Not a fan of it, Mark, no?
Yeah, it's stuck to the cushion quite easily.
Oh, I thought he'd butchered that.
Yeah, I think he did for a moment.
No, he just play this 1 rail now. Just play the yellow thin. He's got a nice angle. I thought he was going to be glued to the rail. That was the problem. But he'd almost missed it so bad that he's lost the white by a foot.
Yeah, it's actually easier playing it from where he is. As it
Yeah,
turns
100%. But you wouldn't want to risk missing the yellow like that too often. So he still plays my 3-rail shot. I don't like that from where he was at.
Well, I did tell you it wasn't a good idea, but neither you nor he listened.
Well, I wouldn't have played it like that, that's for sure. But
that didn't seem necessary, did it? It just looked like he could catch it thin and come down the black choice of middle or corner.
Yeah, I don't know why he's played it like that, to be honest. For me, that's the shot you play when you're on the rail, not when you're in the middle of the table.
Yeah. Well, the shot you play when you're practicing, it doesn't matter, but in a match, you just want to leave a shot at the black.
I don't mind playing it in matches if you're perfect. He wasn't perfect.
Well, he's going to need to try and pot this black, because if he leaves any kind of shot at the reds, he's not going to be back at the table.
One rail kick, just close. He's going to hit it. It's just how good he's going to hit it. It's in the middle of the table, so he's not a favourite to pot it.
No, it's likely to.
It's a long way away from a pocket.
It's likely to go above the pocket.
Well, this is another one of them. Should be over double quickly, and that is a boat missed, I'm afraid.
Yeah, there's no way Chippy isn't clearing up from here with 2 shots. Well, he's not going to need the 2 shots, but the fact he's got them, if he did somehow need them.
No. These will be gone as quick as my chow mein later.
I think this could be a 30-second, never mind a 40-second job.
Give or take. He's just so nonchalant, isn't he? He doesn't care where he's at. He knows he's going to get them.
Yeah, that year he won the world title. He just looked like the best player by a mile. You watched him play and you're like, how's he not winning this every year? But
what year was that, Mark?
I think we've agreed on 2016 now, haven't we?
Have we? Okay.
I did commentate on it. I kind of remember it, but obviously a few years ago.
All the blur, is it? Is that because he was so quick?
Well, yeah, he really was quick. But it's strange because, I mean, you do watch him play and you think, how is he not winning this every year? But it's not proved quite as easy to do another one.
6-5 Jez, so Declan must have won his match.
Yeah, that's a good result for Jez, isn't it? I don't think he'd have been favourite against Gaz in that semi.
Well, he's not won it yet, so it's not a good result yet.
No, that's true.
A good result getting to the hill.
Could be a good result.
You just want to get close. You're one of them players, Mark, are you?
Negative mindset. Got to get the job done.
Nice break. A bit unlucky with that little cluster down the bottom. If he can get nicely on the red into the opposite corner, just somewhere between the black and the yellow, and just stun into the reds and yellows, bad things shouldn't happen. Oh, he's gone straight at it. Oh, that is kamikaze. That is kamikaze.
Just looking over at the outside table, Gaz Hibbert 6-5 down, but at the table on a clearance, so got a chance to get it back to 6-all.
Some eyes you've got there, Mark. Some eyes.
Gonna move along the commentary box, peer around the corner.
Yeah. Shaun's gone for one of these finishes a little bit slapdash. Shaun's gone a bit slapdash about this finish for me. He's chasing for sure. That first shot was very kamikaze. He's managed to get somewhat back in position here now, though. See, I think if he just kind of hits the yellow as thick as he can into the rail, he should just develop both reds here. So he just kind of wants to stun into the thickness of the yellow. Yeah, there you go. I think he could have done with a bit more pace, unless the red does pass the yellow for a combination. Ooh.
No, he's got it stuck there.
Yeah. And at best case, the red's going to go behind the 8 as well. It's this is why you don't leave getting into your bad balls till last, children. Lesson learned. Every day's a school day. There you go. Could only push the red above the 8. But I don't mind this. This is actually more one of those doubles that I actually want to play off the yellow, not off the red, not at the pocket. Yeah, I think he has there. He's just missed it by a long way.
So unexpected chance for Shaun Storry, although not absolutely perfect.
I actually expect him to play a safety here. Maybe play Finn off the one over the pocket and stitch him up. If he hasn't got the ankle to get into it, you see. There you go, little snooker. Stick with me, Mark, I'll call them in. Stick with me, pal. I've got you covered.
Well, you're getting that covered. I understand from my source that we are 6-all. Gaz Hibbert, Jez Graham.
6 apiece. Hill. Who's got the break, do we know?
Jez breaking.
Come on, big Jez. The ploughman. That man knows how to do a cheese board, I tell you now. What a guy. I'd be humongous if I was down there, I tell you. Oh my God, I'd be bang under it. Cheese and chutneys. Oh. Right then. So now these are all in the open. Just, you know what, he doesn't need to go anywhere near this yellow that looks the hardest to get to. If he can land by the right hand middle, you know what, he's going to let Chippy do the work for him. But this can be one of them things where you get bit on the bum when Chippy kicks out of this and something magical happens.
Pots it off 4 cushions, ends up on the blank.
Yeah, one of them. You've seen it before, Mark, right?
Probably against me.
Oh, you're not that unlucky, are you?
Don't know, probably never had him snookered.
Oh, Chippy. Oh, Chippy, you dirty monkey. That's a great shot.
Yeah, that's not something you see him play very often, is it?
I didn't know he had it in the locker. I really didn't. Shaun is very much regretting not going for these. Very much. Right.
Yeah, there's times to be safe, but there's times you can just get yourself into a world of pain you didn't need to be in. He had all the balls open a minute ago.
Yeah, he's in that world now. He's trying to work out a way he can probably get them out with one visit, because that's your only hope of getting out. See, look, now, look at this pain that he's in now. He's got to try and double this across and hit the yellow half ball on the top side, so both yellows come out. If he hits this full, there's anything can happen here. He's hit it absolutely perfect. Half ball on the top side, got them both out.
He's listened to you, he's done what he was told.
Look, I don't know, I can't play the game personally, but every now and then I call one right one. So he's giving himself the best chance now, because that red's still in a precarious position. And he's got 5 yellows out in the open, so to speak. Probably just play this one in the top now, just a little light cannon onto the rail. Worst case scenario, he's got the one over the middle. Because I actually think you might double kiss the one on the top of the rail. Never really tell. It's such a slight angle, whether he did manage to flick it. That's nice.
Yeah, that's pretty much perfect. Didn't want to move it too far, just get it off the cushion.
Alex in the background. Alex Tuna, lady player. And she's just come back from Milton Keynes, reffing the World Championships 9-ball from the match room. Lovely lady. Also plays the GB9. From Portugal, Lisbon.
Yeah, nice to see some familiar faces on the officiating team at the recent matchroom events.
Oh, was you there, was you? Oh.
No, I was watching on the...
Watching on the box.
On the box.
Yeah, lovely. So this is just a nice simple roll forward. And drop in the side for 4 apiece. And you know what? He can think himself lucky here a bit. I know he played a good shot to get both them yellows out in one go. But Shaun did have him under the cosh for a brief second.
Yeah, and it would have been somewhat his mistake to have thrown away the frame.
100%. That would have hurt a lot if he'd lost that frame.
So still nothing to choose between the two Shauns, tied at 4 apiece.
Well, off the rails sports bar. Where's that? Crew. Very nice. Racks Maidenhead. It's like the who's who of pool halls, isn't it?
Yeah, we've got a good lineup here.
Savannah's JJ Falls Club, who plays on the tour and was also at the World Championships at 9-ball, Milton Keynes, the other week. Didn't do too badly. Yeah, you could definitely tell he doesn't play American pool too much, but you know, he didn't disgrace himself by any stretch. And here's the lovely arena that we've got, 15 tables in here. Gareth Hibbert at the table at 6 apiece now on the red balls. and he looks like he's out, dropping the side, dropping the corner, and a black over the bottom left-hand hole, as far as I can tell. And I'd be surprised if there might be another red between them two yellows by the looks of things. Hiding. Yeah, there she is. I can see her. But he's perfect. There she is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gareth does what Gareth does. He just plops around the table, making the game look ridiculously silly, and getting up back to the old people's home just in time for bed. What a guy. 2 back-to-back maximums in the snooker league.
Yeah, somebody was telling me that. That's pretty impressive, isn't it?
He's got to be the best old man ever at Cool Sports. He's ridiculous.
And switching between the different key sports sounds like it shouldn't be that difficult, but actually it doesn't help. So to be so good at all of them.
He's unreal. He's unreal. I think it's good he's a gardener. All that fresh air keeps him young, keeps him fit, and he's just an all-round nice guy.
Yeah, I was going to say, a good guy to boot. No one's got a bad word to say about him.
No, he's just lovely, isn't he? And his missus Viv, she's lovely. IPC ref, top ref, and tournament director actually.
Yeah.
At GB9.
Does a great job keeping all of us in check.
Well, some of us.
Yeah, probably not keeping you in check.
She's got a harder job with me for sure. Very much. So I'm assuming Shaun Chipperfield and Shaun Storry are on a comfort break. So we'll just watch the outside.
We'll be back with more commentary when they return.
And we're back. Shaun Storry implementing the cut break again here, and my goodness, hasn't he hit them well?
Yeah, you'll be implementing that again after that.
This is, as we learned earlier, this is paella, Spanish tapas, absolute tap-ins. Let's go. Red balls, please. With a side of 5-4 up. This is lovely. Get me an FS. These are gone. Limoncello maybe actually more for me nowadays.
You got a couple of shots of something in that can. You're presenting a very respectable look, coming in with just a lemon juice.
I'm teetotal, my friend. I'm just a little bit crazy. A little. Yeah, now. I think Nick seen me before I became teetotal last. Yeah, we. Oh, really? I'm not abstaining. So, Shaun, rightly so, is actually really making sure of this because, strangely enough, that one in the middle of the table could cause a problem if it doesn't go into the left-hand side. He would definitely like to not go backwards and forwards with the white here. I don't know if you can just soft screw this to the rail and out again. Lovely. So this red clearly, as we see now, it does go into the left rail, but then left rail. Let's hope he doesn't hit it.
Yeah,
Let's hope he
doesn't.
doesn't. Yeah, but it must be a little bit tight because he's had a look at it a few times.
Yeah, I mean, I think he was probably hoping to be on it into the top left corner, but it's just run behind the yellow. So.
See if it goes past.
It's pretty tight, doesn't it?
Yeah, it must be tight. You know, even Phil Harrison wouldn't milk this much. Like, and Shaun's not really a milker.
Not going with the Harrison head shake before he plays the shot.
No. Okay, so at least he's got the perfect natural angle, so he's just got to pot the ball. It might just be half a pocket, you know.
Yeah, and as you say, the fact he doesn't have to do too much with the white means he doesn't have to
He
force
might have
it in
slightly too much angle, to be honest. I've got to be honest. I say he's perfect, he might actually not be.
I think I'm going to give him credit and say that is pretty perfect. I think he'll be able to hold it.
Time will tell. They're not overly slick, these tables, I know that. Yeah, it's perfect.
No, I think they're good cloths, actually, these.
They're grippy.
Yeah. Sometimes these really fast cloths are not very grippy and actually makes them harder, but these ones you can get the spin on.
Yeah. So just going to have to play this with a bit of inside, I think. Bit of right-hand English. Oh, wow, he's played it with left and... Oof, God, dearie me. That is what we call in the trade a love bump. He could have gone very wrong there. I don't know why he's played it like that, but that's what he's comfortable with. And it's 5-4 on Shaun Storry. So he just needs 2 more.
Yeah, it was risky playing around the black, although that shot playing with inside the side, as you say, isn't the most comfortable one to play. It's not a very natural shot.
You know what? I've just been given the fingers. He needs 3 more frames because it's no longer a race to 7. It is a race to 8.
He was a bit optimistic then, bud.
I was being optimistic and I was thinking about my special fried rice and I got ahead of myself. I apologise. And when I'm wrong, I'm man enough to admit it. And this is looking like a dry break. Oh, dearie me. And it is.
Which colour do you think he'll go for here?
The banana coloured ones. Yeah, these are very nice. Especially with that one on the rail being just absolutely perfect. You literally just drop it in and you're on 2 balls. Nothing to do.
Yeah, it's an easy pot if you don't have to force the white out. It's not so easy if you've got to get position.
For sure. So just play this plant here. Let's get that out of the way straight away. And then the one in the side and work your way up to the top of the table. And you've got nothing to do then. Just literally just play the angles.
Never been more than a frame between them so far. This could be his chance to get a 2-frame lead for the first time.
Yeah. It's looking more and more likely, I must say. I think ideally for me, I'd like to leave myself the angle. Oh, not for him then. Although I could be wrong. I'd like to screw over to the rail here. Just depends if he can play it and risk not popping the yellow out. Because they do tend to pop out if you don't hit them clean. Has he tried to move that? Why on earth has he done that?
Well, he's been pretty fortunate that he's not got stuck to the yellow.
I think he is stuck to the yellow, isn't he?
Well, as in, hopefully you can see the one over the top left pocket.
If he can, he is very lucky because for me it was completely unnecessary. You can drop the yellow in and be on 2 balls. So now he's going to probably come one rail across.
I was trying to move it again.
Wow. Well, this is a different Shaun Storry to the one I'm used to. I think.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a good shot. Don't get me wrong.
I can see the value in that if there hadn't been a ball up there. But as you rightly said earlier on in the clearance, he could have just dropped it in and there was a ball hanging.
2 balls.
Yeah.
2 balls. You couldn't have been more perfect it was just, I thought personally, it was just about planning your route and just going through the balls. But Shaun's seen it another way, and you know, who am I to judge? I've come out this weekend with 50 quid, and he's guaranteed, what, 12 and a half? What do I know? What do you know, Mark?
I hope I know that he's going to put these 3 balls. He hopes he's going to.
I think he's actually got I think he's going to have to leave himself a big angle on this yellow. I don't think he can come down because the reds are a big blocker. He's not out of the woods yet. I'm just going to put that out there, because if he does have to play above the black, he's then got to spin it behind the black, because obviously the red's in the way for the side pocket, the natural side pocket.
Yeah, he's gone with the safe option. Brought the reds into play if he'd have gone down the right-hand side of the table. So just got to hold position from the yellow to the black.
Yeah, just spin this behind the black. Again, it's all about speed, and that's looks good to me. And that 2-frame lead you talked about has arrived.
So promising signs for Shaun Storry, but Shaun Chipperfield will still have something to say.
Yeah, like is in a lot of trouble here, Chippy, if Shaun cut break is working as well as it has done the previous couple of breaks, because really he's been hitting them like a dream on this stream table, and he's definitely, you know, he's almost favourite to break and clear up all of his breaks if he breaks like that.
Yeah, we haven't actually seen that many people employing a cut break on this table.
Yeah, it's not something I agree with for starters, but I've heard a few people saying that it's not been working as well on these tables this weekend. But Shaun's definitely been mastering his in this match. So let's see if I can not talk him out of it. There you go. He puts his hands up to apologise there, but I think he'd have been pretty unlucky to go in off that way. As it is, I think he's pretty unlucky not to be nicely on a yellow. I could be wrong, he might be able to get straight through the gaps, but I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean,
I think he's got
the one to the middle, but that's white's running around.
I think the one to... Oh, he can get through the gap. Or can he? Oh, he's playing the one. So I'd rather play the one by the pink spot back and bring the white round 2 rails. Just chop it back.
Yeah, I agree. That was my first thought as well.
Yeah, I don't like that. But he's taken an educated risk, and as long as this red hasn't covered at least the bottom yellow, he'll have a chance to just drop these in for a 7-4 lead.
I think one of the main reasons we haven't seen many people try a cut break is it's just not really been necessary. The tables have broken really well this weekend. We've seen a lot of people getting good splits, just playing a pretty conventional straight-on shot. So I think most people have just stuck with it.
I think that's the one thing English 8 ball's missing really is a break box. I think the cut break just makes a bit of a farce of the game, to be honest. You know, you've got too many options after the break as it is. You've got 7 yellows and 7 reds, and you want to guarantee making yourself a ball as well. I just think that's asking too much. You must hit them. You must hit the front ball for me. I think that's the only rule I'd implement into any rule set, and add a bit more randomness into it.
Yeah, the only time I really like hitting the second ball down is if you get a club table where they don't rack very well and the front ball falls off. You often get a better split. But on these tables, it's not really that necessary.
We're talking tomatoes, aren't we? You know, these are not club tables. Pub tables, I should say. These are lovely tables, I've got to say. I love the colour of them as well. Very smart.
Yeah, and I quite like a green table, but I can definitely see the merit in this, and you definitely get used to it very quickly.
You're a traditionalist, right?
Oh, it's quite like the colour, I think.
Okay. Yeah, I like this grey. I like this superfine actually as well. It seems to last quite well. I've been supplying it with a few tables recently, and yeah, it does last. So Shaun's looking to just spin this 2 rails and hit the back of this red. I thought he was trying to hit the back of the red. He looked like he was queuing up, but he's hit that like a dream. I don't know what I was talking about there. I thought he was trying to slow the white down. Didn't realise it was controllable.
Yeah, he was able to control it just with the cushions, and he'll be pretty happy with this. 2
Yeah.
balls away from a 3-frame lead, and he'll be on the hill, needing only 1 more for victory.
Can make it look very silly, these thin angles. I know that. Just trying to work out whether to spin out or check up. I think I'd probably prefer spinning out here.
Yeah, it's safer, really, isn't it? You
Aim for
guaranteed
the
a
blue
shot
spot.
at least.
Yeah. You underhit the check side, you could be in a world of hurt. There you go. Anywhere by the blue spot, you're good to go.
So this has been good stuff from Shaun Storry the last few frames, 3 in a row.
He's looked really good. You know, to be fair, he could have lost to Ben. Well, I say he could have lost to Ben Clark earlier as well. Ben was very unlucky with his breaks, very unlucky. And I think that's all I just heard actually in the outside saying yes, Shaun. But yeah, it's a war of attrition this, and Shaun is a very fit human being. He watches his diet and he looks after himself. He won't flag.
Yeah, I mean, actually, stamina's pretty important. It's what, 10:30 already. The final's probably not going to be on if we're streaming the second semi, which I think we might be. The final's going to be pretty late tonight.
Yeah, I think you're looking at. Oh,
Just talking about
Talking
the
of
tournament
finals.
officials, whether we'll be having the final tomorrow morning.
oh, we might have had a bit of a news flash. Is that a news flash? Final in the morning. You've heard it here first. But it will be the second semi-final straight after this one, and that's confirmed. What Gareth Hibbert and Declan Brennan, right?
Yeah.
That'll be a class. That'll be a class game. That, and obviously a class game deserves a class commentator. So I'll also give you Nick back. Lovely shot. That lovely shot. Hit with absolute confidence. Heart of the pocket. Obviously, there's no give up in Chippy.
No, it's not exactly somebody to dwell on it. He's just going to play the same as usual.
No, so I think he just wants to remove this yellow over the corner now, so it opens it up for the other yellow later on. So he'll probably screw up for it now, you know, while he's got that one over the middle. Might even aim for the red, something like that. No, he's aim for like the black. That's good enough.
Yeah, I mean, that's the kind of exactly the Chippy mentality, isn't it? Just leave some shot, good enough, good enough.
It's good enough because he can just hit this with a high ball and come across 2 rails. Like, he is rerouting. He's not that happy with it. He's not that happy with it at all. Turn me off. I think Mark turned me off. I'm joking. So he's ended up back playing the same shot.
Well, I think he's done that just because then the natural position, as you say, can just come twice across and naturally be on the black.
He has come twice across, and he is on the black, and he would have been exactly on the yellow as well. I don't realise why he's done what he's done. So now it's 7-6, and that's a great finish from Chippy. The barrage of abuse I've got here for not knowing how to use these mics is unreal. And what a break that is. How well is he at them? Cool, I think Nick's having a fit. He may not make the other semi-final. Not sure an old man can have as much fun. Oh well. So, I'm not fun, I'm laughing with them, not at them, or with me, or at me. Horrible bunch, this lot, Beard Productions. I wouldn't recommend booking them up at all at any pool function you've got. If you want to give Tabletop TV a nudge at Andy Johnson, I know him very well, he'll give you a great deal. So he's probably going to have to take yellows here, purely for the fact you are risking it for a Swiss hit, trying to get into that red from this bottom one. You have to land on the red. Whereas if you take yellows and develop the other yellow, you're going to have options available if it goes wrong.
Yeah, and he showed himself to be a percentage player through this match and through his career, frankly. So
yeah,
hard to imagine him taking unnecessary risk. The reds are just so tempting because there's only 4 of them, but that's not really the mentality at this level.
It's really not. It's really not. He's pretty much nailed on to take yellows here, I think. You know, if you're down the pub with your mates, you may take the red on there and screw into it one rail and really drill it and pray to the gods that you land on a red. But it's not going to get you where time and time again.
No, that's not the way Shaun's played at all in this match. He's played a couple of safety shots while we question whether he could have gone for the finish.
100%. He's a grafter, and he's not going to give you anything for sure.
There's nothing wrong with that. He's 1 frame away from the final, so he can hardly complain.
Yeah, do you know if this would be his first obviously it's the first World Rules Pool Tour final that he would have made, but but is this his first World Rules?
I think so. I can't remember him making it. He hasn't played on the previous incarnation of this tour, the UK tour, for the last few years. So yeah, I think it probably is.
I've just been informed that I know he was the amateur final against that was against Jez actually, wasn't it? Who just got lost in the other semi, but that was World Rules as well apparently, because I knew that was alternating between at the time. What was it? World Rules Blackpool. They had different rule sets for different events through that series, but I've just been informed that was World Rules as well. So he has shown himself to be a proficient World Rules player.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a style that you would think would probably work pretty well for World Rule.
To be honest, I think it works for everything because he's so gritty. He's not going to give anything away, is he? No matter what rule set he plays.
No, I mean, being a good player is pretty useful at whatever rule set you play.
Yeah. I wouldn't even want to play him at tennis.
No, somehow you imagine he's probably quite good at that.
Yeah. A little stun up to the red, I think, and I think that should be all she wrote. Unless he's on it now and screwing off the red, is he? No, he did need to. But this is plumage. You know what, Mark? I'm going to say thanks for having me right now. Because as far as I'm concerned, this is over.
It's been a pleasure, Chris. I think it might be over.
I think not, And thank you, Beard. It's not true what they say about you. I will hand you back to Nick Finn for the rest of you. But guys, remember to tune in and watch, because you've got Declan Brennan and Gareth Hibbert coming up next, which will be a classy semi-final, I'm sure. Thank you very much.